The security tapes from the Crescent Mall show two guards walking their usual patrol. They're checking the doors, checking the escalators, doing the rounds as they have for years. It's 3:13 in the morning. The mall is closed. There should be no one here except for the night shift employees who are either stocking shelves or cleaning toilets. But these two guards have stopped. They're staring at something on the security monitor. What they're looking at isn't on camera. It's behind camera 12. For the past 30 years, this has been a popular mall in a big city. It was built in the 80s when malls were all the rage. And like most malls, it had its own police force. There were about 20 of them, the Crescent Mall security guards. They patrolled the vast space every night after closing, making sure there were no shoplifters or vandals. Occasionally, they defined a couple of kids playing in the fountains or a group of teenagers smoking behind the Sephora. Usually it was pretty uneventful, but on April 12, 1996, things were about to change. The guards stare at the monitor for a few seconds. One of them points to something. Then both of them, without making any announcement over the radio, walk toward camera 12. They disappear behind the counter and the camera goes dead. The only sound that can be heard is a whisper. "We're still here." There's no record of what happened next. The police found no signs of a struggle. There were no witnesses, and no one came forward with any information. The security footage doesn't lie. There was never a break-in or a fire. The security guards simply vanished. A few weeks later, the mall reopened. The fountains were drained, and the fountains were filled with concrete. A small army of mall cops stood guard, but no one knew what they were guarding against. Some said it was an alien abduction, others a government conspiracy. But the most popular theory was that the guards had stumbled upon something in the mall's basement, something they weren't supposed to see. After all, there were no windows down there, and the only way to get out was through the service door, which was locked from the outside. Whoever locked it must have done so from the other side. But there was no other side. There were only storage rooms and the janitor's apartment, which was occupied by an elderly woman named Helen. She'd been there for 25 years and had never heard any strange noises or seen any unusual activity. One time she saw one of the security guards coming down the stairs, but he was carrying a box. It wasn't big, maybe 1.5 feet by 10 inches. He took it to the back of the storage room where it disappeared. Another guard was waiting for him. He opened the box and both of them started counting money. Helen couldn't hear what they were saying, but she could hear the box. It was full of coins. This was just before the mall was due to be renovated, and apparently management was getting rid of the old coin lockers. Helen didn't think much of it. The guards were always doing some kind of inventory at night. But if they were counting money, why would they do it in the creepy, almost windowless basement of a dying mall? I don't know. Why did those two guards walk into the non-existent room? What happened to them, or was it real? Let me know your thoughts.